everybody, what's up fam? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. Last week on November the 22nd, an activist and journalist whose Twitter name is exposes_racism exposed this nurse named Tyisha Baker tweeting about her hatred for white people. One of the many racist tweets that has been making its rounds is a tweet that she sent over a week ago, which said, "Every white woman raises a detriment to society when they raise a son, someone with the highest propensity to be a terrorist, rapist, racist, killer, and domestic violence all-star. Historically, every son you had should be sacrificed to the wolves, bitch." This is a tweet sent by a registered nurse, a black registered nurse who clearly hates white people and white children. But her racist tweets didn't stop there. Here's just a taste of how she really feels. While in her last phase of nursing school, she tweeted out this: "I think I'll wear my straight wig tomorrow so the white children don't attack me and I don't get mad and lose points off my grade." Later that night, she tweets this: "I can't sleep, but I gotta paint white children's faces in the morning. Sad face emoji." After completing nursing school, she tweeted this during the month of August: "White people, the worst thing created. The stats don't lie. I think every day about how trash a vast majority of white people are and how we are forced to share spaces with them." Now she is employed at a hospital where she works around white people and white children when she tweeted out this: "Why do you work at this hospital? Truth? Wigs, makeup, K-beauty, and tacos do not buy themselves, Nancy. What I say? For the people." Now, this particular tweet was more telling than her other racist tweets. You see, just like doctors, nurses also take the Hippocratic Oath and pledge to do their best for their patients. So if this black woman who hates white people and works in a hospital located in Indianapolis, Indiana, where the white population is 85.6%, then close to 90% of the sick children she is assigned to care for will be white. Therefore, the Hippocratic Oath she took means absolutely nothing to her, because in this tweet she said that she is not a nurse to help sick and injured children or care for them. She's only a nurse for wigs, makeup, K-beauty, and tacos. For those of you who don't know, K-beauty is a beauty supply store which sells a bunch of fake jewelry, a lot of hair products such as perms, shampoos, conditioners. They also sell a host of like fake eyelashes and a long variety of weaves. Now, as many of you know, there is a lot of anti-hatred running amok on Twitter. So when I saw these racist tweets by this nurse, the first thing I wanted to know is if she is a registered nurse. Thankfully, Exposes Racism found her nursing license, which she received last month, October the 30th, 2017. Rumor was that she worked at Raleigh Children's Center in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. Now the only thing left to do is to verify if this was true. So this past Saturday, November the 25th, the Philadelphia Globe sent out a tweet verifying that Tyisha Baker did in fact work at Raleigh Children's Health Center. Shortly after seeing that tweet, I in turn tweeted to Raleigh Children's Health Center the following: "Raleigh Children, you have an employee working at your healthcare facility by the name of Tyisha Baker, Ty_Fiery, who typed this tweet on her Twitter account. If this woman hates white people so much, especially white male children, then why is she working at your center?" Tyisha had a long list of anti-white tweets about her hatred for white people and believes that all white male babies should be sacrificed to the wolves. In other words, she wanted white male babies killed just for being born white. No one who's filled with that much hatred should not only be around sick white children, but really they shouldn't care for any children in the hospital at all. Hell, as far as I'm concerned, she shouldn't even be a nurse. After all, she's not a nurse that helps sick people or sick children. Remember, she's only a nurse because she can make money to buy, and I quote, wigs, makeup, K-beauty, and tacos. Now, those of us who have common sense and love for children realize that this racist nurse who tweets her hatred for white people and believes that white male children ought to be sacrificed to the wolves should not work in a hospital dedicated to sick and injured children. But could you believe I had a few dumb white guilt women tweet to me that she shouldn't lose her job because of her tweets? Oh yeah, I even had one idiot retweet my tweet to Raleigh Children's Center about firing this dangerous woman, and this heifer decides to virtue signal and grandstand to her followers by saying this: and I'm still not into trying to get people fired. Unbelievable. By the way, this was a white woman who did this. She thinks that racist black nurses should not be fired for tweeting that they want white male babies fed to the wolves. Nah, according to her, they shouldn't lose their jobs. She believes that they should keep their jobs and continue being a nurse for the very people they despise. After all, it's just a tweet, bruh. Now, if this was a white police officer tweeting about his hatred for blacks and that all black male children should be sacrificed to the wolves, these are the same white people who would lose their fucking minds. Black Lives Matter would use this incident as an excuse to riot, aka loot. CNN would have endless coverage of this incident, and you know, Pretty Don Lemon would be giving us all a sob story about how all us poor Negroes are so oppressed. But don't worry, this was a small minority, a very, very small minority of self-hating white folks. However, I am so happy to announce that most white people finally had enough. They came out in droves. In all honesty, I have never seen this many white people take action against anti-white hatred before. And let me tell you something, it was glorious. Thousands upon thousands of them took to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, even Poe got involved. Honey, they were not playing and they were mad. So I started scratching my head and I asked myself, why is this anti-white hatred different than the others? And then it hit me, because it involved their children. That's where white people draw the line. I must admit, I was so proud to see so many white people finally fight back. You all know that my biggest complaint about some white people is how complacent they can get. How some of you are afraid to speak up because you fear being called a racist by the regressive left. But this time, that didn't matter to you because this involved the safety of your children. And from what I've seen, your children mean more to you than being called names. So here's how it all ends. This past Sunday, a spokesman from Indiana University Health Hospital said, a recently hired IU Health employee tied to troubling posts on social media this weekend is no longer an employee of IU Health. So in other words, bye Taisha. Also be aware that Tyisha Baker's Twitter accounts have been shut down, and now there are new accounts popping up on Twitter using her name, but please be advised that these accounts are fake and are owned by trolls. So good looking out, fam. It was so good to see so many people of all races come together as one in order to stop this racist hood rat before she hurts or even kills an innocent child. I can't tell you how proud I am of all of you who helped. And we can all rest easy knowing that the sick and injured children of Indiana are safe from the clutches of this dangerous woman. Thank you to everyone who helped make this possible. This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, please consider signing up for my Patreon or joining my membership site. Links to both are available in the description box. And as always, I'll see you next time. Later, taters.